What's going on, everyone? It's your buddy Mullundy, and it's game day for the national championship between the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but let's look at what the Irish had to do to get here in the first place. And that was the semifinal game against Penn State. What an incredible game this was between the Irish and the Nittany Lions. It was not a pretty first half at all, as the defense played pretty well, but the offense just was not good. Was not good until Stephen Jelly, the backup quarterback, came in after Riley Leonard got hurt. They got a field goal, and they're only down 10-3, even though it felt like it was 20-3. But then the offense made some adjustments, had that touchdown drive to tie it up at a half, and then the other touchdown drive to take the lead. Of course, Jaden Greathouse was a big factor in this one, as was Mitchell Evans on offense. But then Penn State came back and they got a touchdown. They got a pick and a touchdown, and then the Irish came back for a touchdown. It was just an incredible game. But the Irish were able to hold on. After the late field goal. Penn State's razzle dazzle didn't work, and the Irish are in the national championship game against Ohio State. Not going to touch too much on the semifinal because it's game day and I took too long to record this. But here we go. Notre Dame and Ohio State, the two biggest brands right now in college football for the national championship. And of course, the Irish, just that one blemish against Northern Illinois. But the first two playoff games were pretty easy. But against Penn State, the Irish had to fight harder to win. And then for the Buckeyes, of course, they had their cupcakes, and then of course I guess Iowa's not a cupcake. And then they had Oregon. Of course, Will Howard forgot to look at the clock, and they ran out of time. And then that Nebraska game, they almost lost that Nebraska game. If Nebraska's offense was a bit better, they would have had their second loss. But then they rolled after that. Had that close game against Penn State, but Penn State couldn't do anything on offense. And then they beat Indiana pretty soundly, and then that lost in the game against Michigan where Ryan Day just wanted to show that he wasn't soft, didn't really throw the ball as much as he should have. But then after that, they had two dominant victories over Tennessee, revenge against the Ducks. And then against Texas, it looks like Texas was about to tie the game, but then Jack Sawyer had that scoop and score to put the game out of reach at 28-14. That was the final score. And let's look at the keys to the game for the Irish to win. Man coverage needs to hold up. Al Golden is saying that the Irish are going to be playing man covers. They aren't going to be doing zone, which is what Texas had a bit of success with. And the defensive line is going to need to have success against the Ohio State offensive line. They had questions going into the playoff, but they've been playing much better lately. So a big challenge for the defensive line. Howard Cross needs to play well. Gabriel Rubio needs to continue to play well. Both of those guys need to put pressure on Will Howard. And then no short 3-and-outs. They need to control the ball, wear down that Buckeye defense, and have a balanced offense with the passing and the running, similar to the second half of the Penn State game. And they need to win the special teams battle. They need to have some big games and kicks and kick return, maybe a block as well. They need to win the special teams battle, need to win the field position battle. And then force Will Howard into some turnovers. Of course, this also, as I said before, the defensive line needs to have success. So can I move myself over here? Or is it not going to let me? Oh, whatever. Oh. So, need to get Will Howard under pressure, have him throw balls that aren't very accurate. so they can defensive and the DBs can hopefully intercept them. We'll love Xavier Watts pick, Christian Gray pick. Would love some of those. And then no big runs against Henderson. Like last year, Henderson had that big run. Can't let that happen again. And at least have as many explosive plays as in the I wrote this as in the Penn State game. So it had some great passes, big passes to Jaden Greathouse, big passes to Mitchell Evans. We want more of that. And then what else did I say? No third and longs, of course. No third and longs. Need to control the into like third and threes and third and twos. Need more of those. And then more keys to victory. We'll love some savvy coaching moments from Marcus, similar to what he did against Georgia. Getting Ryan Day's head of it and hopefully tighten him up like he was against Michigan. And a bit in Texas. He did look concerned in the Texas game, but his team pulled through for him. And no false starts, no delay games, no offside penalties. And then Riley needs to throw for the yards like he did against Penn State. Riley threw for more than he usually did, but not have the interceptions that he also did. And then Mitchell Evans and Green Greyhouse, they need to be great. And then hopefully Jeremiah Love needs a bit better. Hopefully he has that. He can move side to side laterally. And then last one is more Aeneas Williams catches as well. As this wasn't as long as my other previews, but the game's about to happen in almost 4 hours. So I just wanted to get this out there for you guys. Hopefully the Irish win and upset Ohio State and win the national championship.